With the discourse happening for Bleach Rebirth the Souls, I figured things would ramp up a bit, but I didn't think it would get this serious. James Hansen and DBZ Imran have been shown to be commenting on the situation after Six World and other creators chimed into the situation. It seems within the last 2 weeks, the conversations from people who either aren't Bleach fans or people who have been saying things to imply that they're hating on the series. So naturally, it only makes sense that a Bleach creator would comment on this situation. James Hansen had tweeted out this after Six World had said,
I'm pretty sure they're gonna show out.
What about you, Six?
Come on, bro. 1 to 2K, bro.
Dude,
What?
3K, man. Bro, listen, man. Also, bro. Okay. First off, what's that mobile game right now that Bleach got? It's called. Is it like Burning Souls or something? Like
James Hansen then had a nutter tweet that he put out there. It just said sigh, and this was in response to
fan base, man. They're not really welcoming.
Hey, turn that up.
I can agree with that. I can actually agree with that.
Oh,
They're not welcoming at all. If you give your opinion and they don't like it, they on your ass. You feel what I'm saying? And I feel like as a community, they need to do better, man.
Six World, not to cut you up, bro, but Afro, there was a guy that his name's James or something.
Yeah, bro.
I was watching his video, but I wanted to pull my hair out watching this shit.
Oh, wait, you made a video about Bleach recently, or are you talking about back then?
I think it's when you two were beefing and he was talking about gatekeeping and stuff. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. But then I went on Twitter and there like loads of them are like that.
Yeah. No, like James was just the bigger person that was saying the same thing over and over. I remember when I was talking about the show, and I'm like a very casual Bleach watcher. Like I haven't rewatched the show. I watched it from beginning to end when it came out. I don't even rewatch Naruto. That's just not who I am. I don't do that shit. And so there's names I just don't remember. Bleach, out of all the big three, got some complicated fucking names, like they do. Yeah. So I might not remember a name or like an ability that came within a certain arc or some shit like that. And niggas took then oh, fake fan, this, that, and the third, you didn't study the Waco Mundo arc, no, I'm just watching and I go on with my life. And yeah, like that dude was like the bigger of the Bleach creators that echoed that opinion through a subtweet on me. And then dude went the extra mile after on some nut shit, but not all of them are on that nut shit level, but definitely not on the welcoming level. I think a lot of people take Bleach and try to make it deeper than it actually is. I don't know. That's just my
Are you talking about the guy that told you to
that
was a Bleach fan?
That's like one of the bigger Bleach creators.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not playing that game. Nah.
Whoa. I don't know if there's another one like him. Like I've actually met a few. There was one dude that did like a video on me or some shit, and I actually talked to him after. Like that dude was pretty cool.
Essentially, if you guys remember the situation from last year when Afro and James Hansen got into it, this clip kinda is a very summarized thing about what happened there. Unfortunately, unless you know how to pronounce Japanese perfectly or anything, you're gonna have trouble. Only person I know who can pronounce these names better than me at times is Easy Cross Up. Shout out to him. Y'all should go check him out. He'll be dropping videos on this game. After this, James Hansen went ahead and dropped a 4-minute plus clip speaking on the situation, basically in reference to the Mike Hollow and everything that happened.
Where it is, Dragon Ball and Naruto video game YouTubers, they've jumped into Bleach, not having a clue what the fuck it is, and that's fine. That's part of the game. It's like, oh, people are going to get into this game, that's fine. But it's when people make arrogant and ignorant statements saying it's not a big IP, it's not going to sell, it's not going to sell because of Bandai, X, Y, and Z. It's all these excuses of why it cannot sell, and not just sitting back and being like, this is cool, let's give it a go, hopefully it does well. It's the attitude that you bring towards the table that makes you, as a person that isn't known to the Bleach community, have that first impression of you. And ultimately, when you say shit like that, get backlash for it, and then you double down and be like, oh, I'm gonna go to an American mall and ask people who's gonna be more popular, Goku or Ichigo. Let's see how many can name Goku or see how many can name Ichigo. And it's like, well, I think everybody in the anime community sphere understands that Goku is going to win, because Goku is fundamentally one of the most well-known faces in any IP in general, any fucking in comparison. So the case study, whatever the fucking case study is supposed to be, is completely flawed, completely. And that's the point I'm trying to make. I'm not trying to make digs or create attacks. I'm just putting the mirror and saying, this is fucking stupid, and maybe you need to look inward of why people might not fucking like random who's coming into the Bleach community with the mindset that they do. You want to say, I've studied the sales, I've studied the gacha game, blah blah blah, but you can't even get the names right. You know, if I'm gonna study something, right, I should be able to say a fucking mobile game name correctly. Oh, well, when I'm Reddit and I saw this, Bleach Soul something, like Bleach Brave Souls. Like, it's like, stop being so undermining of an IP. Just because you, as the creator, are not in it, you're not in the space, you've done 5 seconds of research, you have no literal say in talking about the market or the strength of an IP, when you have never invested or done the research to even know if the IP is justified or not in the first place.
I had recorded the most important piece of it. James Hansen pretty much gives his thoughts on Six World. Six World has been saying some interesting things. From his Sparking Zero sold 3 million. The last Bleach game sold 50k globally. Bleach Rebirth the Souls is suspected to sell at most 70k copies based off the metrics. How do we even make those metrics based off of anything? I mean, didn't we have games like Jump Force that have Bleach characters in it? Didn't Bleach have some of the most characters on the roster and have DLC for them? I don't think they would have did that if it wasn't marketable at all. Now, you can't really use a old game to say that a new game is going to sell well. Six World in fact said that he's going to go to a mall, first IRL video, and he's going to ask random people to name these 2 characters, Goku or Ichigo. Less talking, more action. From here, DBZ Imran had chimed into the situation. Imran simply said, it's more than intimidating by the knowledge gap that exists between their minimum exposure to the series in comparison to people who love the series. I mean, no one is forcing them to cover the game if it makes them this insecure to have a group therapy session on stream. You're not really forced to cover the game. Like, let's say for instance, right, The Hidden Ones was a mobile game that came out pre-alpha. It was a fighting game that's also on computer. Not every anime gaming person made videos and spoke about whether that game had potential or not. Yeah, they played it, but no one felt the need to make a video on it. But Bleach got a new game and people felt the need to speak on it. Why? Because Bleach is more known to them than The Hidden Ones and the anime that it's based off of. Someone under Imran's tweet has said, none of them were wrong in saying that Bleach fans are unwelcoming, especially on Twitter. The only part of the fan base I like is Reddit because they're actually chill. Here they act like antagonistic bullied victims with a superior complex and a bad case of xenophobia. DBZ Imran said that problem is not just exclusive to Bleach. Try talking to Boruto fans. Dang, Boruto fans getting subs? He said, never said it was exclusive to Bleach. I've been a One Piece fan for 14 years and I used to hate that the fan base as much as I dislike most of Bleach's fan base. So we're coming from a biased standpoint. The difference is that I've never seen One Piece fans gatekeep their favorite series when it's in need of exposure. Then Imran said, I think you're confusing gatekeeping with protectiveness. Bleach fans are passionate about the IP, and after it was dragged through the mud from 2015 to 2020, if you're entering a community, come with respect, not arrogance, and you will be welcomed, no problem. Plenty of people who dislike the series and now admit it wasn't as bad as they thought have welcomed it into the community. You will always get bad, toxic aspects of fandoms, but it's unfair to paint the entire group with this brush. People who talk shit back then are wanting to hop on the bandwagon for a quick buck, fans are allowed to call that out. Then the guy responds, "You're displaying xenophobia I was talking about, being protective about a series to the point that you're full on attack newcomers like James Hansen did to Afro, and a lot of the Bleach community does daily, is not only antagonistic but also pathetic and counterproductive." I think the best thing you guys could realistically do, if y'all really have a problem, whether you're a fan of Bleach who are looking forward to Bleach Rebirth the Souls, or you don't see how this game is going to do well because of Bandai or some other thing that you're pulling out, you guys need to have a conversation, not the middlemen who are either FGC guys, the anime gaming guys who are going to make content on the shit. I need to hear from the Bleach people, speak with these people, and try to either make them see one opinion over the other, and that way the audience could see this. That's what needs to be set up out of this whole freaking situation. Because I ain't gonna lie, y'all simply either throwing subs at each other on Twitter or talking about the situation or even making YouTube videos or saying the game is gonna sell like 3,000 copies in total is not helping anyone at all when you don't have anyone to check your opinions and see why you might think like that. Especially DBZ Imran, he's been covering the game of all the Bleach creators. He's been very consistent making videos on it, giving his thoughts. So why wasn't he asked to speak on this game and to give his viewpoint on it from a Bleach creator and someone who's also been making video coverage on the game? That's just my 2 cents slash what has been happening regarding this situation. I'm Akai-san. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you guys are subscribed. We will be covering Bleach Rebirth the Souls on the channel, whether we're playing the story, we're going online, doing whatever. Just keep up. What, yo?